To my channel, guys. So today is Friday. It's the end of January. Can you guys believe it? I feel like we just started. I feel like last week was New Year's and this month went by so fast. Like, where did the time go? We're already in February, and before we know it, summer's gonna be here, and then we're gonna be looking at December all over again. So, with that being said, let's talk about these plans for next month and the rest of the year, I guess. So, I'm desperately trying my hardest to stay within one solid planner for the entire year. I just don't want to lug around multiple different inserts from different planners. Like last year, I started off in a little planner that my relatives got me, and I migrated from that to rings, and then from rings to traveler's notebooks, from traveler's notebooks back to rings. So I kind of had inserts all over the place, and I just don't want to do that this year. I don't want to keep up with a bunch of different inserts and different things and different sizes. So I'm trying to stay in one solid planner, and if not one, then two as the max. I'm just trying to use two as an absolute max. So what I have in front of me is a journal, my main planner, and everyday carry or on the go planner. So let's jump into it. We'll jump into the travel planner, so to say, because this cover is new. So I told myself I wasn't going to buy a Filofax cover or planner. I told myself that I wasn't going to do it, and I did. I definitely bought a new one, and the reason was because the other one had got ink on it, and I had just, you know how like when you get something and you just kind of fall out of love with it because it either has a flaw and you don't like it because of that flaw. That is why this was kind of like impulse. So I saw it was sitting in my cart, and then I just was like, well, fuck it, and I'll just, purchase it. And that's really how this happened. She's chunky. That's how I like my planners. I really like these Domino planners a lot. I don't know, I like the way it feels in hand. I like how grippy they are. I like this fun color because I don't know, it just screams fun. I have not seen reviews on this pocket Filofax. I've seen them on all of the pocket soft ones, but not on the patent. I haven't seen many on the patent ones, and especially this one. So I thought I would go ahead and just debut this little baby on camera. So inside looks exactly the same as the Filofax patent hot pink one that I have. So nothing changed there. They are exactly the same on the inside, which I think, or I wish they kind of would have, I wish that they would have changed that because it would make this look different. But the stitching on the one on the left is like a light orange, and the stitching one on the right is like a pink, but they both look the same on the inside. They both have the same like hot pink color in them. The only difference with this one obviously is there's orange. What I will say that I love about this one here is that this orange is not like a patent pink or a patent color or material. It's like matte material, so it kind of like breaks up this shiny patent leather kind of thing. It makes it almost look like a 3D effect, but I really like it. Nothing at all in my planner changed. So if you saw like my review for this planner, it's still the same. Or if you saw my flip, I should say, it's still the same. Nothing changed. I still have the same things in here. There are probably some people who are probably happy that I'm going back into my pocket a little bit, because I did a lot of things in my pocket. But yeah, this is the pocket planner. I have started to like use it a little bit more, like writing grocery lists in here and things like that. There's still some stuff in here that I'm transferring from my main planner in here that I want to keep on me. I mentioned that I only have the monthly, weeklies, week on 2 pages, to-do sheets, note pages, and I think that's all that I mentioned the last time. But in the very, very back, in this little section right here, I do have like finance and phone numbers. I don't do my finances in here, but this is just like banking information. If I need to have it, it's here for me to grab. And also phone numbers, because I think that that's important to at least have, you know, phone numbers and stuff on you. I didn't change anything in these pockets, although I did change pens. So originally I was using those stupid Papermate Inkjoy pens that I hated so much, and I just couldn't take them anymore. So I swapped that out for a regular ballpoint Bic in the color black, and then this Uniball Signo fine point in purple. So yeah, and this is like a dark purple, so it meshes really well with the black ink that's already in here. And I threw in my YouTube notebook. Originally, I was going to copy the information that's in here, but I didn't want to do that because like I really wrote or took the time to make this neat and wrote it out, and I just didn't want to copy. So, I mean, it's a thin notebook. It's probably going to be done soon anyway, and so I just kept this in here, or put it back in here. Same information still in these pockets, but that's about it. When I tell you it's very simple, there's not a whole lot going on in this pocket. There's not a whole lot. I did put this folder in the front so that I could slip my debit and credit cards and stuff in here for when I do want to take this out and whatnot, but that's about it. Nothing changed. I think this is a cute little pocket planner, and yeah, my impulse splurge. Probably gonna be buying another one. I'm probably gonna be working on my pocket collection now, because I'm really liking this pocket. And I'm really liking how small it is. And I think that's why I was in love with it the first time. So look out for that, because my pockets might be coming up. They might be on the verge of a come up. So let's jump into my main planner. So this is my main planner. You've all seen it. We're going to discuss January, of course. I'm thinking about swapping out this front divider. I've swapped this out. This would be the third time if I swap this out again, but I swapped this out because I didn't want the sprinkles anymore, and so I put this one in here. And now I'm thinking now I'm tired of looking at mini, so who knows if I'll swap that out. I'm gonna do a whole flip because I have a lot of new subscribers, and I don't really think you seen like the flip of this planner from start to finish. And I've also added some things, and it's been used. So I think it's just time for a flip. So this front page here is like my welcome page. What I have covered up is obviously just like my important information, so to speak. And then I don't really have like a proper dedicated page for index. So this is my index. And right behind it, I'm not using this, but all this is just like it's stuff about, you know, school, I guess, because it has like calendar days on here and then some other stuff. I don't know. It's in a different language. I'm not using it, but it just happens to be on this welcome page, or this contact information page, so to speak. So that's why it's there. I have a 2020 overview, so I can see all of the months, and 2021 is on the back. I have this yearly pullout, which I'm using for paydays, birthdays, vacation, and holidays. And what I did is I just went through and put in or highlighted all of the holidays that I believe we have this year. I'll have to double check to make sure I have them all for the US, because these are German inserts, and so I'm obviously not in the States, and so they wouldn't have American holidays in there. This is another yearly pullout that I was using in conjunction with this. This just allows me to write, you know, which holiday, whose birthday, which you know, which vacation, stuff like that. So I do use this. And so, I mean, it's not a whole lot just yet, but I do use it. So it's in there. And then this is just some forward planning sheets. This is all forward planning stuff. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. Forward planning for 2021 that I honestly just did not take out. I think I just kind of forgot about it when I was going through and seeing what to remove, and I just kept it in there, so it's in there. I have some measurements. They do use the metric system here in Europe, so that's here for me. I think that is very beneficial. I also have some other measurements, you know, stuff that we often forget, like, because in America we don't really use the metric system, and here in Europe they definitely do. So I have that here for me to reference. Divider, these are my monthlies. I use these two. They definitely get used. I have a lot of monthlies in here, but I use them for different purposes, and I wish my camera would stop blurring out, but I use them for different purposes. And so yeah, that's that. In this section here, I added this in, and it's supposed to be like a personal section. I haven't done too much in here because, like I said, January went by so quick, and although it wasn't super busy, I wasn't exactly using my planner to its best abilities, mainly because I just didn't know what to do with my planner. I kind of just got stuck like in a planner funk, I guess. And so all I did in here is, I've had this in pretty much all my planners, which is the 5 W's of life. I just like to read it because it's like so motivating, and it just kind of breaks down these different areas. And then I did do a little journaling in here, but probably won't do that a lot. I did go ahead and make a sheet dedicated for online orders. So far, I've only had 2 this month, so kudos to me, because there have been months last year where it was ridiculous, and I don't want to go that route anymore. But for the most part, it's just this illustrated paper in here, and this paper actually came out of an adult journal / coloring book. And so I just cut it down and put a couple of sheets in there and called it what it is. And then this would go into my weeklies. What is going on with my camera? This is going into my weeklies. I did a flip of this where I kind of just showed you guys like my weekly inserts. If you don't know, I decorate these beforehand. This is this current week. And then this would be next week. So I do decorate these beforehand. So you'll see a lot of this has been decorated already. But I'm not going to show all of them. This would go into my appointment section. All I did was I paper clipped these two together, mainly because I have a clear one and then a journaling card and then another divider. So I'm using these for like doctor's appointments, and I don't have many. There's literally like 3 sheets in here, and having 3 sheets in here is too much. But I do need to make some eye doctor appointments and some dental appointments and a physical. So these will get used. They will definitely get used for sure. But they're there. And then these are my dailies. I did do a flip of my dailies last week. So if you didn't see that video, it's just a quick little flip of me just talking about my dailies for January. I'm trying to go through this fast because I don't want this video to be too long. Used my sticky notes a lot. I use colors a lot. A little bit of thin washi tape, stencils this last week. And then this is the new stuff that I've been doing. So now you can see like the new layouts. So I put these water drops here in the corners, and inside of them I just put the weather in there. I thought that was kind of cute. It does add a little bit more pizzazz to these so boring dailies. Also put my task in there. I've been using the ABC system a lot this week. Water's down at the bottom with dinner. And then in this section, like I mentioned last week when I did, when I did this, I was mentioning that I didn't know what to do with that open space. This is what I'm doing with it. So I have just been journaling in this open space and then just blocking it out with like little lines. So that's what I've been doing all week. It's just journaling something that, you know, sparked my day or interest my day or something about the day. And then I didn't obviously do it for today because the day isn't over yet. And so, yeah. I've noticed that since I've been through this planner and since I actually had a chance to flip through, they have these gridded sheets that break up the month. So February has one. So this is the end of February. So they have this grid that breaks up. So what I'm thinking of doing is on these grids, I'm going to do the highlights of the month and then probably a tracker, like a habit tracker on the back of this. So I have a test tracker here for February. So I'm gonna do like the highlights of the month, and then I have what is just like a little test tracker, and this is going to be for the last week of February. I'm just gonna test out this little tracker and see if I like it. If I like it, I will go ahead and do it for March. But that is that. These are my dailies. This is what a blank daily looks like. And then I have my notes section, which is this. I've changed this divider since the last video that I made when I did this initial flip. So I changed this divider. This is a textured divider, and all I did was put 2 little stickers up at the top as like tabs and a sticker over here just to make it look a little bit better. I kind of put 2 sheets of those thick cardstock together to make a front and back because they are not front and back. And then I swapped out my original note pages for just regular blank or computer paper, so to speak. This is a lot better for me because I didn't like the lines. I test out the highlighters that I have, the fluorescent ones that I have, so that's in here. I have a master grocery list. So all I keep in here is like list and other stuff like little notes about things that I don't want to forget. YouTube ideas. I sat down and wrote down like a bunch of ideas and stuff. I have some information there containing to school. I have a grocery list that I was working on earlier this week. This is also in my pocket that I showed you. And then the 2 dinner ideas that I kind of made up. I made these up and I didn't want to forget what I did because they weren't like recipes. they were just kind of like throw something together type of stuff, and it came out really good. So I just wanted to memorize what I did to make it, and so I wrote it down. And then I just have the rest of this blank notebook paper or computer paper, this other mini divider, my goals, this is a pullout. So this is a yearly pullout, and right now for the first 3 months, all I'm doing is using this for monthly goals. I have a routines list in here for AM and afternoon and evening, but I actually need to change this because this has definitely changed, and this is why I said I put it in one of those sheet protectors that I cut down. And so I have to open the rings to take this out, but the next time I do it, I might just slit the rings, or not slit the rings, slit the holes, so that way I can just slide it in like that instead of like opening the rings. But I'll have to change this out because this changed. And then I also have projects in here in which out of the 2 projects that I have on here, I only worked on 1, and I don't even think I will use these as much. So I have a couple in here and they might be coming out. As far as I know, I might just keep 1 for reference, but these might be coming out. This divider is another mini divider, and it just has like, I'm using this as a calendar to track like bills and stuff. And so this month is over. These are all the random bills and scheduled bills that came out. And then this would mark February. So I will be clipping off January and then starting on February. This is the checkbook section of the planner. I did use it. I did run out of space, so I think that I might end up adding more of these checkbook sheets in between, like at least 2 more for the months that I have already in here. So I need another one for February and another one for March, and then I'll worry about April when that comes. But I ran out of space, so I just had to put down what I could, but I definitely need to up that. Oops. I have a bunch of phone numbers and stuff in there, and I will definitely be covering that. I have a bunch of phone numbers and bank stuff on here, so that's something that I didn't show the last time. And yeah, that is my planner, guys. This is my main planner, and I definitely will still carry this around with me. In the back, I just have a notepad and some other stuff. But I will still carry this around with me. It's just not going to be like, for say, all the time. In this little pocket back here, I have a tool pencil. I keep a couple of coins in here. I have some page flags, all of my main cards. These are all important cards, my travel ID, and a little notebook containing like flight information and stuff like that. So that is my main planner. And then last but not least, this is the little travel journal that I showed in a video like last year sometime. What I'm doing is just picking back up this journaling. So I started this in October and I did it again. Well, I had intended to do it again in November, but didn't complete it. So started this little journal once again, and then I did this yesterday. And all I'm doing is just gluing little things in here, writing, you know, like deep thoughts, whether it be to myself or to God, or, you know, just random rants, things I'm feeling. So it's all going in here. I only have 2 entries for this year so far, and that's because I just decided to just go ahead and use this again. I also tested this out as an everyday carry too. So I have a grocery list on the back. couple of sticky notes and flags. These not adhesive, but these transparent flags already came with it. And then there's a pocket bag here where I just put like my cards and stuff. Comes with a couple of blank pages in the back that are perforated, so you can use them for something. Don't know what just yet, but that's it, guys. I know this video is long and chatty and all over the place, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try my best to get you guys better content. But like I said, thank you so much for watching. I have a bunch of new subscribers, so I want to thank you for subscribing. And all of my current subscribers, I also want to thank you for returning. If you like the video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. I love to have you. As always, guys, have a good rest of your evening or Friday. Bye.